Morning. Okay, so today's song is Believer. I've heard it, but I don't know it. But Spirit never asks you to believe, they ask you to know. Deep down, regardless of what other people say, what's logical, you just know. That's your gut instinct. So Believer, do you believe in yourself, in what you're doing? If not, why are you doing it? We've got Saturn, the truth. We've got Leo, things that go on in the dark, and we've got third house of Gemini, communications. Mercury, 14, is the Temperance card. It is knowledge, foreign shores, universities, hips, thighs, weight gain, weight loss. It's a fire sign. It's around the 20th, 21st of November to 21st of December. Names I have associated with it are Tony, Philip, Emily, and Kerry. You may have others. So those that are born on that date, living at that number, date for your diary. But in this case today it's neutral because it's what we seek. We seek the knowledge that cards can give us. And then it depends on whether you believe it or not. So we've already got it in the negative. That means that this is some lesson we haven't learnt yet, that we have still to learn. So unfortunately, that usually means something we're not going to like. Knowledge is being withheld from us, especially by the Norns, the keepers of the rooms, the ladies of fate, the three life cycles of women, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Yeah, it's not an easy one, this one. So, there's the bells, 8 o'clock, bang on. And we start with the 16, the tower must fall. That ivory tower that you built for yourself that was once something beautiful has now become your prison, because the more you earn, the more you have to earn to keep that energy going. This is massive arguments. This is a blowout, crime of passion, something that is negative that will be, though, a blessing in disguise. So, destruction, 16. We've got Chris, we've got Mandy, we've got Neil connected to that card. And it's Pisces and Neptune, which is where it is at this time right now. The answer is yes. You are conceiving something still, because the year of the snake is conception until the 17th of February when we change to the fire horse. There we have the knife crown, the one I don't like, the bloodbath. There is, you have to be careful who you turn your back on. You must take the high road if you can, but this is a battle where to the death. Somebody wants to win at all costs, and they do not care how they do it. They will cut off their own nose to spite the face, as long as they are seen to win. 5 weeks. Violent arguments. There. knowledge is being withheld from you, secrets. Number 10 is positive energy. That wheel of fate keeps turning. So we had it negative, now we've got it positive. A run of good luck. Something turns in your favour, a blessing in disguise after this violent episode. Some people have not learned their lesson. Pisces, that's now in Neptune, is leaving the building. It's had enough. But there is Scorpio and Leo there standing to learn the lessons with Sagittarius. So Scorpio is your shared resources, the reproductive organs. Leo is things that go on in the dark, your heart, your back. And then we have something or someone from the past. Someone will appear from the past. The next 8 days, someone is taking action in the positive. It's out of the blue, unknown to you. So the number 10 and the number 16, even though they don't look it, positive energy. Yeah, we are rising from those ruins. The rooster, so I was born in you, the rooster. The phoenix rises from the ashes. This is dentist, this is geriatric issues, this isn't teeth, knees, bones, but it is, above all, the phoenix rising from the ashes. We are rising to a higher level of being. We are no longer selling our soul to the devil. Number 20, positive energy. Gary, Sandra, it is, sorry I didn't say that, Oscar, possibly Richard, and Jacqueline. So going back to the 20, arising. We are rising, and we had that song, didn't we, the rising. Rising from the depth. The judgment of Solomon. Don't judge others lest you be judged yourself. Harsh judgments, but fair ones. Joshua, the walls need to come crumbling down, and there it is again, the Five of Swords. So we have all the words that Spirit needs to give us. The rest is just gravy. There is someone here that you need to defeat who is violent, and the knife crime. Yeah, this door will be closed to you. You cannot rise until this battle has taken place. You've missed an opportunity. You've maybe faced a rejection. But that's because you're stubborn, narrow-minded, and refusing to budge. Alice, Grace, the need to let go. What's yours will always be yours. It can't be taken from you. But you cannot hold on to something or someone that is well past its sell-by date. Somebody's hanging on for grim death till the fingertips bleed. And the more you resist, the more it will persist, the worse it will get. Yeah, move on from stormy waters to calmer ones. The internet may be part of that, but travel across water, across continents, foreign shores, like we said, very important. 6 weeks. And there's the tower again. There's no point in walking around on eggshells trying to stop this tower from falling, because it's the very thing that will free you. You have to let that tower fall to destroy something, to bring it back to life in a different form on a firmer foundation. So 16. There it is. Somebody here has gone off track. Delays in travel across land. You cannot take the baggage of the past with you, because that will sink you. You have to take back control of your life. You're letting others control your life. This is the home and family life. It's the house of Cancer, 4th house. It's the number 7 or the 25. Mia could be very important. Concerts, musicians, white or silver cars. But this is also mechanical problems, speeding tickets, parking fines, collisions, emergency vehicles. Be careful when you're driving, especially when you're reversing. Somebody's gone off course. Yeah, this is going to change the dynamics of your emotional life. It will either bring you absolute bliss or stop. It becomes an end to it. Something that was once good. But the thing is, like I said before, when you get to this stage, then it's so much harder to keep it at that level. We must end this chapter and begin a new one. The World Wide Web and travel. You are travelling to the object of your desire, be they persons, things or events, and you'll be welcomed with open arms. 21. Bob. The conception. When we end one thing, we begin a new one. We rise to a different energy. Birthing is taking place. The globe, the internet, the world. Your world, your intimate world, perhaps, doesn't have to be global. Your small little world and your small little house is your world. So some chapter here has to end before you can move on to the new beginning. 1 year rejection, so it could be that a year ago. There we have Scorpio. So the reproductive organs, shared resources, like we said. And sitting on the fence, that's not going to help. You have to take a side. Unfortunately, you will not be in a position to sit on that fence anymore, and you cannot do this all alone. Communication, 3rd house, is the key. Something coming in the mail, be it a gift, a letter, child maintenance, whatever it is, something that improves your life in a small way, financially or stability-wise. For a child of a darker complexion, somebody in uniform, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, any of all of those. Yeah, because there is gossip. There is a lot of gossip, but no facts. And somebody is holding on because of that. They're hanging on for grim death, like we said. I'm repeating these cards so we know we've got the message right. And something in the next 8 days, out of the blue, to astonish you, that is positive action. Yeah, don't dwell in the past. The past is over. The future's not promised. We must live in the now. Stop crying over spilt milk. Build a bridge and get over it. Yeah, but somebody is not ready to accept that yet. They're closing themselves off and not open to the new. And there we have it again. The Scorpio energy is very important. So wherever we've got Scorpio, Scorpio and Cancer, because they're both in the negative. Cancer, we've got in Jupiter. Scorpio, we've got midheaven. But the houses they're in, Cancer is in the 6th house of health. So that would be the abdomen and the breast. And Scorpio is in the 10th house of your finances, your career and ambition. So that's in the negative. Because you're staying in your comfort zone, nothing will improve. You have to stop your grieving or you mourning the loss of whatever it is in the past and move forward into your future. But you can't do that when you're stuck in your comfort zone, in your cocoon. You're going as a caterpillar, you go into that cocoon. Nobody can help you out of it, because if they do, your wings won't be strong enough to fly. You have to fight your way out. And then your wings are strong and you will soar, just like the phoenix from the ashes. So, 3rd house is Aries at the moment, so that gives you the passion, the impetus to move forwards. So third house is your communications. It's very important to communicate. There's your communication. It's also siblings and children, which we've got there, siblings and children. Learning and immediate environment, which is today's card. Knowledge. Your manner of speech and your neighbours. It's how you learn to express yourself. It will either facilitate or restrict your flow. Well, Aries is very blunt. Clear communication or confusion can be anticipated, or how easy you learn, and somebody hasn't learnt a lesson. It's the concrete function of a person's intellectual process. Mercury in the third house, we haven't got. We've got Saturn. If Saturn is in the third house, learning or communications will be difficult. So these communications won't be easy, particularly in early years. So children may find it hard to communicate, especially, or immature adults. There'll be learning difficulties for some. Saturn in Leo, keeper of time. This placement may limit or delay your creative expression, yes, or channel it into a rigid outlet, yes, stubbornness. Life may be difficult because the pleasure principle is effectively blocked, so somebody is blocking your happiness. They want to win, and they don't care how they do it. What they don't realise is no one wins this, and everyone will regret it in the end. So here we go. You've got to believe in yourself and in spirit to rise to a higher place of being. Yeah, 33, the she, the fairy folk, the ancient knowledge. There you go, well done, spirit, the knowledge. Ken, the family. So the name Ken could be important as well. 33. Learning from the ancients. The she means people of the fairy hills. The she are considered to be the original fairy race and were seen as ancient Celtic gods, also known as the Tuatha De Danann tribes of the god. They were said to have come from the clouds. So aliens perhaps, or fallen angels. This is shrouded in mystery. This race was known for their supernatural powers and incredible skills. When the Tuatha De Danann decided to leave the physical plane, they journeyed underground and became known as the She, known as the gods of the earth. She literally means mound, and so the She are associated with mounds, barrows and cairns, so Scotland perhaps. The She are also called the hill folk, wee folk, good folk or fair folk, which was later shortened to fairies. Hence the She are the original fairy race. Knowing what we know about the she, when we draw this card, it is special indeed. Messages, there we go. So the messenger, where is he? There he is. From a race of people that are gifted in magic and other skills, speak to us of help from a powerful source. Know that they don't offer help to just anyone. You must ask with respect and genuine need to do good with the help they give you. Many of their race have given up on the wants and needs of humans, but there are some that wish to help us. There are some that know the fate of the human race and wish to help change the course we have set for ourselves. The change, the number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, trying to help us in our fate. What is your passion? Do you have a project or work that you wish to accomplish to help the course of humanity? Are you working at raising the consciousness of the human race? Do you work with saving the precious forests or environment issues? Ask for help. Being interdimensional beings, they see our issues from a highest perspective and can see the necessary steps we need to take to achieve our desired goals. They may also suggest a different role or path to take, which they know will serve you better, and you're fighting against it. All they ask in return is that you are sincere, you are honest, certain, and follow through with what you are asked for. This could be a turning point on the path for better, regardless of how it looks. A blessing in disguise. So don't judge something just because it looks bad, because it may be the one thing you need to happen for things to change for the better. And there she is, Kali, the destroyer and creator, the chaos that creates order. There we go. Kali. Kali is a main goddess, so we've got a lot to go through here. There she is in all her glory. So Kali is the Hindu goddess, and her roots go far back in time to the past. We first hear of her around 400. Kali is black, full-breasted and bloodthirsty. She dances on the bodies of her enemies. She is alive with power. She is the creator and the destroyer. She is not a goddess to mess with. Although Kali is now a Hindu goddess, she predates the Hindu religion. Her origins in Hinduism are from the great goddess Durga. In one legend, she springs from Durga's forehead to help her defeat her enemies. So thoughts help you defeat your enemies. She is known as a forceful aspect of the Durga and appears in legends of battles of bloodthirsty and ruthless fighters in her destroyer aspect. Bloodthirsty. However, the other side of destruction is creation, and in her creative aspect, Kali is credited with the Sanskrit alphabet, so communications and painting the symbols which is written on skulls that hang around her neck. So if you've got one of them sugar skulls or something like that, so we are creating. Where's that? Nine of Cups. We are creating. There it is. Creating something new. By creating Sanskrit, it was a forerunner of the Indo-European language. She brings a whole new world of experience into being. A whole new world. Where's that world card? A whole new world coming into being. Oh, it's there, sorry. So, Kali is the sort of woman that people either love or fear. Nobody wants to get on the wrong side of her. She is the executive woman on the board who cuts straight to the nitty-gritty. She is the mother who confronts the destroyer of the abuser of her child. You are the creative artist. She is, the creative artist who brings us face to face with the realities of birth, life and death. She protects those she loves with the fierceness of a jungle cat. So Leo. She is unafraid of the darkness in her nature, of course. Blackness and darkness have a bad press. But Kali knows better. Knows that darkness is excitement, sexuality and powerful life energy. The seed of life growth in the darkness of the womb and the earth. Kali brings life out of darkness. Death and rebirth. The archetype of the powerful mother. She creates life within her body, but will kill without mercy to protect her young. Sentimental she is not. Sugar and spice and all things nice. That's what little girls are made of. That's what Kali or you are up against. The stereotype of women as grown-up little girls full of niceness. The stereotype that says it's not okay for you to be big and powerful. Little girls should be seen and not heard. So what are you going to do with all your juicy anger? You probably learned to shut it away inside a long time ago, whether you're male or female, where it simmers away, corroding you till it bubbles to the surface with a big massive blowout of the tower. There. And it corrodes you from the inside. Your anger may occasionally come out when you've had too many drinks, or may resort to bitching, nagging and whining, which are all sneaky ways of leaking out the anger indirectly. Or you may be so frightened of letting your anger out that you turn it in on yourself and suffer physical symptoms. You must channel your anger into a creative expression. Paint it, write it, or become a campaigner. Your true nature will then find its purpose. There is no doubt that you have a disturbing effect on people. The sort of power that you have is unconsciously reminding them of a time when they were babies and their mother had almost total power and control over them. A man has to grow up and separate from the power of his mother to become his own man. But if this process is not satisfactorily completed, then he is never sure whether he is his own man or not. He fears that you could control him, and worse, that he might enjoy it. Love affairs can be dramatic, emotional, exhausting. Love with a passion and intensity that does not know the meaning of restraint. However, it can be over-possessive and jealous, leaving your lover feeling that they have no freedom. Certainly not above taking revenge on an ex. Remember Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction, and do try to keep some dignity when a love affair ends, without indulging in the bunny boiling, stalking, or similarly unsavoury activity. Preserve your dignity, please, and move on. There we are. Move on. From stormy waters to calm ones. You don't need to know why. You don't need an apology. You don't need any of that. Just move on. Drawing this card puts you on notice that a major change, there's the number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, is taking place, and structures around you may crumble and fall, again the Tower, leaving you temporarily lost, all at sea. Remember, however, that destruction must sometimes come before you create. The old, tired and redundant parts of your life will fall away in order to create space for the new and vibrant life that is coming. The problem with this, though, is that there may be a time when you lose hope, so you must believe, like the song says, of ever coming through it into the light again. But remember that creation takes place in the dark, and unless you stifle the new growth by going back to your old habits, new and beneficial growth will happen, but it will take time. Meanwhile, you must gather support, nurture yourself, be around people you feel comfortable with. This card also appears in your life when you need to assert yourself to protect yourself or those you love. Be alert to those who seek to undermine your confidence. Gaslighting. Kali reminds you to believe, there we are, the song, in yourself and your skills, talents and abilities. Absolutely perfect read, Spirit. Thank you very much. Well done. What do you say, Beluda? Well done, Spirit. You've done a cracking job today. The final card. Sorry. The Deer and the Oat. It is time for healing. So, number 15, which is the devil in the tarot. So don't agree to anything under duress. The shy and gentle fallow deer is known for its white spots and the broad velvety antlers it sheds and regrows. So shed that skin and regrow each year. Similarly, oats are symbols of restorative nutrition. Even in poor soil, barren lands, oats can flourish, providing a hearty sustenance. Rest and recharge. Moderation and mindfulness are the key to your recovery from trauma or a period of intense exertion. How do you rest and recharge, and what practices nourish your soul? So do something that changes your energy and makes you feel happy and safe. Thanks for listening. I'll do the song and I'll speak to you later.